Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. Today we're coming in with another classic Spanish recipe, this time from the beautiful region of Castilla-La Mancha, where they're famously known for their queso manchego and their historic windmills. We're talking creamy Spanish saffron potatoes. These are known as patatas al azafrán. And let me tell you, these potatoes have such a great texture to them, with a melt in your mouth interior. The recipe's made with just a handful of ingredients, and the best part, it's all done in just 30 minutes. Folks, serve these potatoes as a tapas appetizer or even as a side next to some pan-grilled fish. Either way, it's the kind of food that with each bite, it's gonna fill you with so much goodness. Really quick before we start, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Jim Schallert and Barbara Eastman. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. All right, let's just dive right into this. I'm gonna cut 1 kilogram of potatoes, which is 2 1/4 pounds, or about 4 medium-sized potatoes that have already been peeled, washed, and patted dry. Each into bite-sized pieces that are 2 centimeters, which is 3/4 of an inch. Important to use potatoes here that are a bit more waxy than starchy, as they hold their shape better when they're boiled. I'm using Yukon Golds, but you can also use new potatoes, Golden Delight, or even red potatoes. Then we'll add the chopped potatoes into a stock pot, and you want to make sure they're on a flat layer. And fill it with water, just enough to barely cover the potatoes. Then we'll season generously with sea salt and heat it with a high heat. While the potatoes are cooking, let's start making our cream sauce. I'm going to heat a large fry pan with a medium heat and add 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 45 milliliters. Make sure you use the good stuff here, as this is what truly makes a difference. Make sure you get the Spanish one I'm using in the description box below. While the oil is heating, I'm going to finely chop 1 small onion and roughly chop 4 cloves of garlic. Then we'll add the chopped ingredients into the hot fry pan. And we'll mix them around, that way they're all coated in the olive oil. And as you know, I like to mix this around continuously, that way everything evenly sautés. After about 3 minutes, and the onions are slightly translucent, I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour, which is 9 grams. And we're going to continue to mix this and go for 2 minutes on the flour. This is enough time to cook off the raw flavor in it, that way it doesn't overpower the flavors of the sauce. After cooking the flour for 2 minutes, I'm going to add in 3/4 cup of milk, which is 180 milliliters. I'm using low fat, but you can also use full fat, non-fat, or even a plant-based milk. We'll also add in 3/4 cup of vegetable broth, which once again is 180 milliliters. You can also use chicken broth here, or even beef broth if you like. Pinch in 1/4 teaspoon of saffron threads, which is about 1/4 gram. Make sure you get the Spanish golden saffron I'm using in the description box below. And 1/2 teaspoon of dried thyme, which is 1/2 gram. And we're going to continue to mix this and go for a few minutes until we end up with a slightly creamy sauce. After 4 to 5 minutes, and we've ended up with a slightly creamy sauce, we'll season with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a mix until it's well mixed together, and then lower the fire to a low heat. While the cream sauce is simmering, let's move back to the potatoes. It's been about 15 to 20 minutes since I turned on the heat, and at this point, they should just be cooked through. You know, you can always pierce them with a toothpick just to ensure that they're done. If you see that yours need more time, just boil them for a bit longer. But I do tell you, you don't want to overcook the potatoes. You kind of want them al dente, otherwise they're going to start to break apart. At this point, I'm going to start transferring the potatoes directly from the stock pot into the pan with the cream sauce. And it's okay if a little of that starchy water goes in there. It's only going to enhance the textures and flavors of the cream sauce. Then we'll turn off the heat on the pan. Add in 2 tablespoons of grated cheese over the potatoes, which is 15 grams. I'm using Spanish manchego, but you can use whatever cheese you like. And squeeze in 2 teaspoons of fresh lemon juice, which is 10 milliliters. And we'll give it a mix until it's well mixed together. Then we'll transfer the potatoes into a serving dish. And garnish with fresh parsley. Check it out, our creamy Spanish saffron potatoes are done. Easy to make, beautiful presentation, and all done in just 30 minutes. Let's give these a try and see how they turned out. Once again folks, patatas al azafrán. As a potato lover, this I cannot wait to try. We're coming in for a big bite. Here we go. That was so greedy. Check that out. You know, I must confess, I think that I am a potato-holic, and this dish is definitely not helping my cause. Seriously, absolutely delicious. Potatoes are beautifully cooked, kept their shape, they didn't fall apart. That cream sauce takes us to the next level with that saffron really shining through. Easy to make, just a handful of ingredients. Give these a try at home, either as a tapas appetizer or even as a side dish. Either way, kind of food that with each bite is gonna fill you with so much Spanish goodness. Enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.